Hey guys, this is Darren Boyd. We are here to record the Herd Beginner Race Series at noon Pacific Standard Times. We're on the London Loop course, which heads out after the normal London lead-in heads out through the tube into the countryside. Does one time up Box Hill, then comes back into the city and finishes at the downtown finish arch, which is just a kilometer or so after the start pen. So really short one. It's only about 22-minute race for the fast guys. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and see about looking at the browser menu here and seeing what the start list looks like. Okay, so here we are. I've got the start list here, and I believe I have it sorted by rank. Yeah. So there are a couple Wes Dev guys, Michael Boardman and Carlos Flores. We've seen Carlos around through these. This Noah Sheralt from BCRT that are well ranked. Mike is just de-essing, and he'll be on for a little bit of commentary with me as well. So we'll have him on the mic. I don't believe Tim is racing either. But anyway, so going down, we obviously have the lion's share of the top guys. There's some fairly well-ranked Bs in here. This is a gal, A woman rider, B mixed. So anyway, that is what we're looking at. Like I said, I am going to pause now. Get back to this live screen. I'm going to pause now, and then we will be back in just a couple minutes once we get started. So hang tight. Okay, here we're back. We got about 3, 2, 1, and we are off. I'm watching Brian Huang here. He should be one of our strongest guys. So these guys are out of the pen. Looks like a big OTR presence represented here at the front. So Brian's making his way up. The game's having a hard time with. Looks like we got a guy on a flyer here. So now we got Steven, Jackal, and Brian as top two guys. So this arch we're coming to right here, this will be the finish line when we come back into town. So this will be for the final sprint. So it's just a couple Ks after you come back into the city, coming through the tubeway. So looks like we got a pretty good split starting already. Looks like I got a bunch of OTR jerseys. I don't believe that our Norwegian buddy or job or whatever the heck his name is has showed up for this. So as I said, Mike Robson is going to be de-essing, but he will probably pop in for some co-commentary with us on this. So a little bit of a kicker right here that's been mentioned. 3-4% for just a couple hundred meters. It's still going to make it hurt for a few guys. We got a nice little downhill into the tunnel here. Looks like Brad. So we're watching Brad here. Looks like Brad's made this front group too, which is great. Jeff Song in there, Jeff Gemmer, Winston Gua. bunch of others I probably will not get anywhere near all of them. This M. Broadman is one of the guys to watch. That's like as far as a non-OTR guy. I mean, we're cruising here along the Thames. See if we can try to figure out. Looks like Duke's in here. Winston.
Aaron, can you hear me?
Hey, Mike. Welcome, Mike, here to the microphone. Or Mike to the mic. And
hey, dude. Sorry,
so,
I'm having problems connecting to my computer, so I'm through my phone still.
No problem. Welcome.
As you were.
Just watching these guys. Are you watching too? So keep an eye on this, or?
I am, yeah.
Cool. So.
Yeah, it's confusing to me because people sign up and then they're not racing. So
Right. Yeah.
I'm doing what you're doing. I'm like, okay, who's in here?
Yeah. So yeah. I haven't seen Bishop in here. Brian Huang, I've been watching, and I'm just trying to figure out how many in this pack. It looks like we got a pretty good split now, and there's maybe 25 guys or something to that effect. In the lead group.
This Boardman guy's legit. And
then the Boardman and
WEZ.
Yeah, the other WEZ guy's a Carlos something.
Mm-hmm.
He's
junior who's light, so.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of these and done pretty well. I mean, he hasn't like. I don't know that he's a win threat, but he should be there for the mix up. So.
Yeah,
so
he'll be part of the selection. I'm guessing
right.
The group will drop to at most 5 people over the climb, right?
Yeah, I got up at 2 a.m. of all things and did and recorded that race, and only about probably 12 guys made it to the base of the climb, and then it was just carnage.
Yeah.
It was like 3 guys up front, and then 2 guys 10 seconds back, and then 2 more guys 10 seconds back, and then like 4 guys another 10 seconds back. So it was just carnage once they hit the climb. So this group's probably stronger than that group and probably be a little more cohesive. So I think we'll have maybe a bigger group making it to the finish. But so this is we're coming off the Thames here, making the hard right now. We got that little kicker to get up to Trafalgar Square. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody puts a hurt on this to break things up a little bit, or if everybody's just going to wait to the climb.
Yeah, it's. That's the funny thing about that. That's the funny thing about these courses is they're so short. Like you just don't have time to catch back on, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much if there's any kind of selection, it's done. So, so they've strung things out definitely a little bit on this, but we get a pretty good little downhill now. So it looks
that's
like
the other thing about these races, right? How many of these people are A's, B's, C's, or D's?
So we got Duke in there. Looks like he's up in the front. Let's see, a little bit of a split. Brad looks like he's been split off a little bit with Winston. So, yeah, there's actually a pretty good little group up front here that has made a bit of a break. So maybe, 10, 12? Yeah, so it looks like a bunch of our guys have made it. D. Williams, Jeff Gemmer's up there. I'm guessing most likely.
Yeah, I see Wang. I see Duke.
Yeah, the Duke's Gemmer up there. Yeah. Brian Huang's up there.
Who's D2? Is that Darren?
Which one? I'm sorry?
There's a D2 from Canada. I can never remember what his first name is.
I don't know.
I just call him D2.
Yeah, D2, that's David Williams.
David.
Yeah, David Williams. So yeah, we actually did have a pretty good little separation down to about 12 guys on that little climb. And then there's a chase group. We'll have to watch and see if that chase group maybe gets on before the big climb, because looks like they do have some numbers.
They're going backwards.
So we're going to make
watching them up in the upper right corner, and they're disappearing.
Yeah, so there's actually three groups fairly all close together, but distinct.
And we're only a kilometer and a half from the start of the hill.
Right, yeah. So we're heading over the Thames now. Going to go down through the tube station, and I think that's what they call it in London, is a tube station. I don't know. I'm not that cosmopolitan, but
Yeah, I just call it the escalators, so you have a better word than I do.
yeah. And then now the chase behind looks like it's breaking up into carnage. So. That M. Broadman guy made this front group for sure. There's that Serault guy.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's those two guys, and at least one of them's got the blue with the yellow stripe on their kit. Those guys are going to punish it up the hill. You know, it's funny, it's almost like, and that's the tough part about these things being so short, right? Like, you don't blow yourself up on the hill. You go 95% up the hill, and then OTR can use their strength and numbers to bring it back. And if they can tow, and if they can let one guy sit, that guy can easily sprint for the win, right?
Right.
Because these two WZ guys, I mean, if they go all out, they'll have 30 seconds on anybody else. I don't know if 30 seconds is enough, and I don't know if these guys are diesels, but 30 seconds in 8 kilometers is a big gap.
Yeah. I mean, if you get 30 seconds going up this climb, it's going to be pretty hard for them to bring you back, because you get the long downhill, and then you come through the tube. You do have that escalator, and then it's literally only about a kilometer coming out of the escalator to that finish line. So it's not like a lot of under London courses where you have a bunch of kilometers back in town for it to come back together. You're pretty much, once you get done with the descent, you're literally just a couple minutes from the finish. So
Yep.
So it looks like those.
Who's on the front? Who's this guy on the front right now?
Well, interesting. Looks like Winston is leading that chase group, and he's chasing down these guys. He's closed it down to about 5 seconds, and he's got another. There's like three OTR guys leading the chase group. 5, 6, 7 seconds back. But yeah, let's bunch up. I'm watching D2. Let's bunch up and see if I can see. Looks like Brian. So Brian's right here in the front.
Boardman's at 5.9.
Yeah, Boardman's
the whole way up the
leading
climb.
it. We've got a T. Christensen, a Dane. He's going 6.0 in P2.
Yeah, I think I've raced him before. I think he can do that all day too. I didn't notice him on the sign-up sheet, but these guys can do 6 all the way to the top. The cool thing is, I think Duke is a little guy, and I think he can climb with these guys.
Yeah, Duke looks like he is. Yeah, Duke's our top guy. He's staying with those, pretty much right with those front 4 guys. And then Brian's right there, and Jeff Gemmer is.
Yeah, so we got 6. Yeah, Brian's the second off the front, it says.
Right.
But get him, stay up there, Duke. If I were Duke, I would sit in too once we get over the hill, because we got a ton of guys that can come back if they want to play games. But this group of 5 looks like Jeff's coming back. Good, Jeff's going to be in there. So there's no way this group will be caught.
Yeah. So now we've got. They've dropped. A group of about 4. Okay, so yeah, Winston's guy has actually caught some of the stragglers off this group.
Jeff's just hanging off the back. He's a second off at 187 beats a minute. Come on, Jeff. It's a 2-kilometer climb, so he's halfway through. But this guy on the front is punching it. Good job, Jeff. Got back in there. Nice job.
Yeah.
Just maxed out. They're gonna go on this right. I think it gets steep again. We'll see what happens. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, Jeff's on with that group. Brian's actually getting tailed off of that group a little bit. Brian's about 10 seconds back from
Yeah, I
Jeff.
show 13 now. He's gone.
Yeah, and he's only going in the threes. Got a couple German
He's at
guys.
190 beats a minute.
Yeah. In fact, Winston's only 5 seconds behind, 4 seconds now behind him. So,
Yeah,
but now we got a
that's
pretty
the
good
problem.
cohesive group of 6 here at the front with Jeff sitting on the back end. That Christensen guy. There's a T. Hillman, a Norwegian guy. Hopefully that's not our Orjon guy disguised as someone else. Um, and then Broadman and that Surratt guy. So, and then did Duke stay in with these guys up front here?
Duke's still here.
Yep.
Still
I see him.
here.
He's right ahead of, right in front of Jeff. So.
His 6 watts a kilogram wattage is my 5 watts a kilogram wattage. Which is funny because I think that you're 20 kilos above me. Just to give you a sense of how small Duke is.
Yeah. So yeah, Broadman's just been pegging on the front the whole time. Yeah, he has not not needed a draft. I mean,
he's
these
just
guys
tapping it out. He's only at 166 beats a minute too. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, you're fine. Yeah. So these guys are still going 27 kph too. So there's definitely some draftability here. So hopefully, maybe our guys are trying to save a little bit for the final here.
Yeah. Is Duke newer to the game? He's riding a Cannondale with
yeah, he might. Yeah, if I recall, he might be a little bit in the lower. Matter of fact, let me look and see if I can.
I gotcha.
He may very well be.
I just like to see him on a Tron.
Let's see. Yeah, he's only level 12 Zifter, so.
Oh, I gotcha. So he's new. He's doing the best he can.
Limited on equipment choices to some degree,
yeah. Spikes up. Is this where they're going to attack again? Like, I like seeing Jeff, and if we can have 2, that'll be huge.
Yep, so we should be coming up. Should be coming up the arch pretty good.
197.
Jeez.
Come on, Duke. All right,
Duke and Jeff are both getting a little trail off. Yep. So.
His heart rate just dropped. So I don't know if he just. I'm gonna jump over to the other one.
Okay. So Mike's stepping out to go do some DS and trying to encourage Duke and Jeff to keep on these front guys because right now these 4 guys are putting the hurt on our OTR boys, unfortunately. Broadman, who we talked about right from the beginning as one of the keys, just literally just pegged it and led that whole hill. So we got Broadman, Surratt, Christensen, and T. Hillman. As I said earlier, I'm hoping T. Hillman, since he's a Norwegian, is not Orjon disguised as a different name, which he's been known to do. So it looks like, let's spin around, looks like Duke's hammering there, just about to catch back on. We've got this, we've already gone through the banner, but we've got this little flat section. So yeah, good job. Duke is back onto the groove. Nice work, buddy. And now we got this little kicker.
He got back in.
Yep, he's back, and now we got this little kicker, 10% kicker, so hopefully he can stay with these guys for this.
Go. Up. It's so close. Come on, buddy.
Got to push over the top. There he goes. Orange numbers by Duke. It looks like he's at least on to Hillman so that those guys have a chance to work together. And
Go.
Hillman's thrown the milk truck power up. So
thing. Come on, buddy. Go.
So Hillman's going to blow right through these guys. And come on, Duke. 1 second. You got to close that or it's all over, buddy. we're back to these 4 guys. They're super tucking. So Duke's super tucking, but he is 4 seconds off. That is going to be a really difficult,
Oh, what a bummer! So
difficult ask.
close.
And then
So
we got
close.
Jeff.
We have the next person from OTR. The good thing is him and Jeff, if they can rest, they can get, what is it, 5th and 6th. So
Yeah,
that's good. At least Duke and him will have somebody to help. But
yeah,
the
Jeff
next person
is.
back from OTR is Brian at 144. Oh well, valiant effort, man.
So Jeff is just about back to Duke here.
Yep.
He's 1 second
38
off.
meters.
He's hammering, but those guys are 9 seconds off. So
Yeah, and they're gonna be doing. You can see that they're pedaling, so they're gonna pedal. I bet you by the end they'll be a minute up.
So this group of 4 here put the herd on. They're just coming to the end of this descent. They're going to make the turn to go down through the tubeway.
Jeff, man, strong.
Is he back with? So he made it back to Duke. Are they sticking together? They got 12 seconds. Looks like maybe Jeff just blew right through Duke, huh?
Yeah, Duke will catch back on, I think. Just that's always the hard part, right? You go up these hills, it blows your legs up, and then you have nothing left.
Well, and these front 4 are just these front 4 are playing cat and mouse. They're all running like 3 watts per kilogram. No, everybody just watching each other as they get ready to hit the escalator. I'm sure the
time's still going out.
Yeah, the escalator though.
Efforts.
I'm sure they're going to just totally. Yeah, in fact, the guy Sorrel just texted, "Go! They're catching up." But I'm sure they're getting ready to just put the hammer down on this escalator. So I'm sure we're going to see orange numbers explode. So they're hitting the escalator right now. Yep, and then Hillman. Everybody's orange number just blew up. Hillman's actually on the front with Broadman on his wheel. All 4 guys in orange numbers. They stayed together pretty good. Nobody's made a major gap. And now they're sitting back up again and back down into the 2 to 5 watts per kilogram range. So nobody was able to hurt anybody on that little kicker.
Yeah, 3K to go. I think they say in a peloton you can get 10 seconds for every kilometer, but I don't see 1 against 4 bringing back any time.
No, and it looks like Jeff and Duke have split up. Jack's only 15 seconds back, but Duke's 32 now. So Jeff's still soldiering on, and then these guys are kind of just watching themselves. Yeah, because I think we're less than a K from the finish now. So these guys are just.
Oh yeah, this is a super short race.
Yeah, 22 minutes, or we're at 21:18. So. These guys just go by the pens, and it's that little start. This that finish line just right after the pens. So these guys are just playing cat and mouse between the 4 of them, running along in the 3 watts per kilogram range. And they've let Hillman be on the front here, the Norwegian guy. Broadman's just being smart, sitting in P3, just waiting for somebody to do something.
Yeah, 0.4 to go. If times are right, they're going by the pens right now.
Yep, and you can see the arch already up front in the top of your screen.
The Christensen guy's got a big sprint. I think I raced him before
Danish.
In the last herd series, and I couldn't touch him.
So these guys are really waiting. Okay, there we go. There we go. There's some orange numbers. So, Sorrel.
16.5 from this guy, this N. Sorrel.
Yeah, Broadman's going to have to do something. He's still on the back here, and we're only about 100K. We're not even 100 meters from the finish. So it looks like
If he
Sorrell
catches
is going to
it'll
take
be
it.
pretty
Yep,
impressive, but I think
Sorrell,
he's gonna have to settle
then
for third.
Christensen, then Broadman, and then Hillman. So there we are. Let me see if I can get back to Jeff before it messes up my... So here's Jeff just coming across the line now, and he's just a few seconds back in P5. And then we got a group with Brian in it coming to the finish for the minor placings. So there we have it.
Well, Darren, always a pleasure to talk to you, buddy.
You too, man. Nice work. We'll go ahead and sign off from OTR Racing. You guys have a good Saturday, and we'll see you on the next one.
Take care.
All right. Cheers, man.